viewers, welcome to a brand new Business Day, Tuesday the 9th of August. I am Bosun Mofaye here on Business Morning at this time. Thank you for joining us here in Nigeria and around the world. This is how we kick off the next 1 hour of the programming. Petrol retailers are warning that pump prices could go up if current forex situation or scarcity is not urgently addressed. Meantime, Nigeria's debt management office is seeking lead managers and financial advisors, home and abroad, to arrange $1 billion, the first tranche of $4.5 billion global debt capital market offerings through to 2018. Nigeria plans to raise close to $5 billion globally over the next 3 years to support its economic and financial programs at home. Today is the beginning of the two-day SEC, that's the Securities and Exchange Commission third quarter Capital Markets Committee meeting. All the CEOs of all the market operators, including the heads of all the exchanges, the NSE, the FMDQ-Otc, and the NSE-OTC will be there, including the Commodity Exchange, to discuss the updates on Nigeria's capital market roadmap. Tola Moboluri is the chairman of that council, and he will present reports of his committee and the subcommittees to the wider market. And from Africa's second largest economy, Ghana, the parliament on Thursday approved the new petroleum industry bill. That bill was laid before the legislators on July the 20th, 2013. The energy and petroleum minister says the operators in the Ghana's oil industry should use the law, but don't break it. News is king here on Channels Television. Joining me from our newsroom here is Anne Nwawodo. Good morning. Thanks for coming through.
Good morning, Bosun. Thanks a lot. Good to see you too. Now let's take a quick look at the headlines at this hour. A meeting of the People's Democratic Party leaders in Akure, the Ondo State capital, has ended without an agreement on the candidate for the national chairmanship of the PDP. The national leadership of the party had earlier zoned the position to the southwest. At the meeting, leaders were expected to agree on a consensus candidate ahead of the national convention planned for August the 17th in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. Briefing journalists after the meeting held at the Government House, Akure, the factional Southwest Zonal Chairman of the party, Dr. Eddie Olafesho, revealed that the chairmanship was zoned to Lagos and Ogun states. The Deputy Publicity Secretary position went to Osun and Oyo, while the Treasurer was zoned to Ekiti and Ondo states. The chairman of the Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Walid Jibrin, has appealed to its members who have filed cases in court to have a rethink in the interest of peace and unity. Senator Jibrin, who spoke at the inauguration of an 18-man reconciliation committee, asked all warring factions in the party to give peace a chance. On his part, chairman of the committee, Professor Jerry Ghana, promised that his committee will work hard to broker peace among all its members. Meanwhile, investigations into the killing of 3 members of the Joint Task Force have begun. The victims were killed in Nembe, a riverine area of Bayelsa State. The officers were attacked at a checkpoint mounted at the Nembe waterways by persons suspected to be militants. Reports say the suspects were dressed in white in a gunboat and were disguised as part of a group returning from a burial ceremony. The militants then opened fire on the officers and stole 2 gunboats belonging to them. Let's move away from our shores now. It does seem like U.S. Republicans are seriously getting cold feet over their presidential nominee Donald Trump. In an open letter, 15 national security experts within the party warned that Mr. Trump will be the most reckless president in U.S. history. The group, which includes the former CIA Director Michael Hayden, says Mr. Trump lacks the character, the values, and the experience to be president. But interestingly, many of the signatories had declined a sign to similar note in the month of March. Meanwhile, Mr. Trump has responded to the letter, saying these signatories are part of a failed Washington elite looking to hold on to power. The open letter comes after a number of high-profile Republicans stepped forward to disown the property tycoon. And Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is in Moscow at the moment to hold talks with President Vladimir Putin in a bid to reset ties with Russia. It is Mr. Edwin's first foreign visit since an attempted coup was aborted in his country last month. Relations between the two countries plunged into crisis last year when Turkey shot down a Russian military jet on the Syrian border. Before leaving Turkey, Mr. Edwin referred to President Putin as his friend and said he wanted to open a new page in relations with Russia. Now, this visit comes as Turkey's ties with the West have cooled over criticism of a crackdown on alleged coup plotters. And those are the headlines at this moment. Back to you, Wilson.
Thank you very much. News is king here on Channels Television and one will do from our newsroom. Okay, let's get on what would we have over the next 1 hour here of the programming. We'll take a look at the market. It was a very interesting Monday to start. Almost all the markets were bullish. But just before that, we'll be looking at the commodities markets in about 10 minutes from now. Okoyemi Ogutade from Financial Derivatives Company is here with us in the studios. She's a senior investment officer. She will talk to us. Then later we'll look at the state of Nigeria's National Oil Corporation, called the NNPC. Yesterday, the June report shows that the State Oil Corporation is now back in deficit, about 26 billion naira in the month of June, from a report seeing a surplus of about 247 million in the month of May. What are the issues surrounding the NNPC's operations here in Nigeria and the way forward? Dolapo Oni will be joining us on the phone from downtown Lagos to put some flesh on that. And later we'll talk about Nigeria in recession. We'll still look at ways to earn foreign exchange beyond oil and non-oil. And later, money market investing is still in the game in case you're interested. We'll hear a bit from those who are asset managers regarding this. From Cordros Capital, Olafisayo will also be live here